boys and girls. Look here, I've got my bean can and I'm going to be drawing it in my pop art still life. I want to practice just drawing a cylinder though to get us started. So if I look at my can straight on, I don't necessarily see the top as a circle. If I look at it this way, I see it as a pure circle. But as I tilt it back, and this is the way we usually will see an object sitting on a shelf, or on a table, it becomes compressed. That circle becomes an ellipse. And that's a trick of perspective that I want you to be able to observe, first of all. So do you see it? And then to be able to draw it on your paper. So I put my can in front of me and I observe the ellipse. It is not a circle. And I draw it on my paper. Again, not a circle, but rather an oval that has a bit of a pointed end. Okay? Then the side walls are going to be vertical. You may want to again observe the height versus the width and make sure that your proportion is fairly accurate. Okay? If your cylinder is too long or too short, it may be hard to capture all the details in your package design. And then I repeat this curvature on the bottom. And when I draw a can, honestly, these curves will come back again and again. So you will find that you are drawing these curves, these curves, these curves over and over again. And then I have even inside of the can these little rims. And I want you to try to have some fun with this. They're not going to be perfect, so just do your best to try to, get better as you go. All right, each time you do it, see if you can get a more accurate ellipse. And you'll see even in our pop artists, frequently they went over their lines and drew them repeatedly to try to get it just so. So if your work has a little bit of that sketchy quality to it, that's okay. Mine does. Now if I have a label, I'm going to also see that those labels follow the same curvature. If I have a label that has lettering on it, I'm going to need to observe how that comes around the shape of the can. And I may, in fact, want to draw some guidelines to try to capture that. And then in my observation of the lettering, I pay attention to like how wide are the letters or how square versus rectangular they are. I've made these rather tall when I think, in fact, they're a little shorter than that. And how much of the surface of the can or packaging do the words take up, because that also gives you really a more accurate sense of what you are trying to reproduce. So it's recognizable. We recognize these logos so readily when we're looking for something in the store, so you want to try to get an accurate read on that. All right? But more importantly, let's focus on just, do you understand the way that a cylinder, in fact, would be conveyed in space? And then can you repeat it throughout your design?